Warning: this episode contains content that may be inappropriate for young listeners. Listener discretion is advised.
Do you like Fridays? Do you like the number 13? Do you like watching teenagers being murdered in the woods? Then Friday the 13th might be for you. Theme music. Hello and welcome to Two Sides of the Same Coin. I am your loony host, the host with the most tism. I am here on this when this podcast airs. It's going to be Halloween. Happy spooky season. Today I am talking about Friday the 13th, the 1980 version. And who other to do with than one of the people who I consider the horror king himself, Jamie the Goat Gore, Jamie Gore from the Jamie Core YouTube channel and formerly Enter the Nightmare. And joining us today for the first time is CJ.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Turn up the track pod.
Tear
Yes.
up the track. Tear up the track.
Turn it up.
Turn it up.
I am here, Jamie Core.
Be quiet, Jamie. No one cares about you. Your YouTube channel failed. No, that's not true.
Wow.
No, it's not
Shots
true.
fired.
Jamie, it's not true.
It's
I'm
with
one of the
love.
few people who think you should bring it back. Everyone should
Oh,
watch
you're talking about
Enter the
Nightmare.
Nightmare. Yes,
I thought you
everyone
were
should
talking
watch
about my
Enter.
current one. I was like,
No,
damn.
it's not that bad.
It's
All
not
right.
that bad, he
No, it's
says.
not that bad. The links will be in the description. But we're not talking about that today. Today we're talking about Friday the 13th. A movie that I first watched on Jamie's channel, Enter the Nightmare. Um, I guess before we go into the movie, what's y'all's history with this movie?
Do you want to go first? You want me to go first?
You can kick it off first.
Um, so uh, as this channel probably knows, I can't remember what did we cover last time I was on here? We
Um,
did a
was
horror
it
thing at one
was it
point, right?
Halloween? Was like the Halloween specials and movies? Was that it, or it was
Oh
either
yeah,
that
it was
or
like your
sequels?
favorite. I think it was like your favorite movies to watch on Halloween or something. I
Yeah.
don't remember. Anyways, so I mean, I'm a notorious Halloween franchise guy. Friday 13th, there a while there where I wasn't really into that franchise as much. Now I love that franchise. Friday 13th is one of my favorite franchises. Um, but oddly enough, I didn't see the original until after had already seen some of the sequels. Because I used to own, so I owned New Blood, which is part seven on VHS, and I also owned part three on VHS. I think part three is the very first Friday movie I saw. I want to say,
Hmm.
I own that on VHS. Still love that movie. Definitely has its issues, but I do love that movie. But then and eventually I got to see the original. It's as we'll get to today. It's an important movie, but very divisive. Especially, I think it's been more divisive over the years. As far as what it means to me, I mean, I do think it's important to slasher history. I don't think there would be, I mean, so many movies copied that formula after this movie. So, it's definitely important to me in that way. Even if I think, it is a bit overstated and overrated. At this point by a lot of Friday fans, but also just fans in general. But I still have love for it because it is how important it is, to the slasher subgenre.
Yeah, device is a good way to put it. For me, I've always had like mixed feelings about scary movies, especially as a kid. I think my first experience with Jason or the Friday the 13th franchise was Freddy versus Jason. My sister loved that one. I know that's not, would you count that as like directly
Actually,
associated?
that'd probably be my first too.
Yeah.
I sometimes kind of like don't like I guess technically you should, but sometimes I don't count it because it's just so it's almost like a thing on its own, but
Hmm.
like I mean it's not, but I don't know. It's just it is different. Because I saw that in the movie theaters in '03 or
Really?
yeah, '03 that it came out. Yeah, I saw that
Wow,
in
you
the
saw
movie.
that
That
in
was like
theaters?
Wow, you're
yeah,
old.
I was
No,
I
that's
mean I
pretty
was young
impressive.
then, but
You were
yeah.
like, how old were you? Like
I mean I was
seven,
born
8 years
in
old?
'96, so
I was
um
3.
Damn, dude.
yeah. You're
Well,
three.
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't think you were seeing it, regardless if you're three or
Yeah.
however you
Damn,
were.
you were watching that movie in theaters at 7 years old. Holy smokes, dude.
Yeah.
Respect, because I was hiding from the case.
I
My
would be
sister would have
I
the
would
case. I was
have
hiding from the case.
I would have had nightmares at the age of 7 from that.
Yeah, and no, that was probably my first experience
Oh,
with.
I definitely did.
Oh, I was
Okay.
gonna say you would almost have to.
Yeah. No, I've had plenty of, maybe that's another episode or another day. I grew up with having nightmares about all the various horror icons,
And you're
honestly.
still a horror fan. That's
It
wow.
Jason,
molded him into the man he is today,
yeah,
too.
Jason has probably one of my worst nightmares I've probably ever had because I remember, but that's a story now for another day. Go ahead, CJ.
Well, yeah, no, divisive is a good way to put it. I hadn't watched this movie till later on in my lifetime, probably in my sometime in my late teens or middle teens around there. Uh, Probably around the same time that Jamie watched it, honestly, because I remember watching it and we kind of talked about it a little bit. But yeah, divisive is a good way to put it. Obviously, this had a huge impact on just horror and slashers in general. So it's definitely important. That's a good way for Jamie to put it. It's important to slashers and horror in general, and it was it's been regurgitated 1,000 times. But being one of the OGs, it's just cool to go back and watch it. And yeah, that's kind of how I feel about Friday the 13th.
All right.
How about you,
Well,
Noah?
what was that? As I said, I watched it on Jamie's former horror channel, Enter the Nightmare.
What was that
Um,
like?
Still up, so go
it's
watch it
still
if you
up.
want.
Yeah, I the link will be in the description.
I'm gonna watch that actually. I gotta see that.
It was a lot of
It's
fun. It
entertaining.
was me and Austin. And we also got bullied a lot in the comments.
Oh boy.
We'll talk about the long comment in particular when we get to it. But yeah, let me put some background before we go into the movie. Friday the 13th, release date May 9, 1980. Director Sean S. Cunningham. And he also wrote the story along with Victor Miller. Runtime an hour and 36 minutes. Crystal Lake's history of murder doesn't deter counselors for setting up a summer camp in the woodsy area. Suspicious locals warn against it, but fresh-faced people, Jack, Alice, Bill, Marcy, and Ned, pay little heed to the old-timers, and then they find themselves stalked by a brutal killer. As they're slashed, shot, stabbed, the counselors struggle to stay alive against a merciless opponent. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, that wasn't the best description of the movie, but we're gonna go with it. We're
It
gonna
was
go.
good. It was
Yeah,
good enough.
It was
without
good.
spoiling too much,
Yeah,
right?
without spoiling too much. All right.
Even
So,
if you haven't seen this movie, that's on you.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
spoilers are is yeah, that's just goes without saying. Also, the movie's like 45 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
so we enter the movie going into Camp Crystal Lake with like two counselors just in private like uh
Getting
smooching
her
each
done.
other.
Getting her
Yeah.
done.
Yeah. Hint hint wink wink romantic. And then what? They as they're getting it done, they
But
get what?
I was just gonna say, it seems like they something that doesn't always get pointed out. It seems like they obviously recognize the person that's coming up,
Hmm.
um,
Oh yeah, yeah.
which is kind of a theme throughout the movie. Some of the characters recognize
Yeah.
the person, but obviously they don't say who it is.
Yeah.
Um, But yeah, you see the POV shot of the
Yeah.
person coming up the
Yeah.
steps and
It's
then
it's it's
seeing the two.
styled very like Halloween.
Yeah, those
Like
those shots
In the
especially.
beginning.
I
how Michael like saw his sister like making love and then like
mhm.
murders her. It's a very like equivalent scene.
Yeah.
Well, I
I,
mean, I believe. Okay, CJ.
no, you're good. I was just gonna say that was something that I had written down here. I like that opening scene. I like how we get right. There's no messing around. We get right to the story, right to the business. So
Yeah.
I enjoyed that, and the shot was good.
Yeah.
I, I, I believe Sean S. Cunningham said, um, "We're going to copy Halloween." Like
Really,
that
Okay.
was his thing when he, I guess, was gonna put out the movie or whatever. He's like, "We're copying Halloween." Like that's.
that's the
Yeah,
formula.
he didn't like shy away from saying it. Like
Which
he
is
just that's what he came out and said.
which is
Which as we'll
yeah.
get to, I think this movie's a lot different than
Oh,
Halloween, outside of
definitely.
maybe some of this
Definitely.
some of the POV stuff in the beginning. But yeah.
Yep. If we hadn't said already, the two people making love get murdered, right off the bat. And then what? Right after they get murdered, we flash forward how many years in the future?
So
Like I think it's like 10 or so. Um, let's see if I have that. No, it doesn't say, at least on my description. I will assume it
20, 20,
has it been
20
20,
years.
20 years?
I can check right here. I got the movie
Okay.
basically on. Just have to fast forward a bit.
Let's see. We're fact checking.
Mm.
I don't know. I have to say the one other thing about this intro is that it may like Halloween, it makes you pay attention like right off the bat.
Mhm. That's what I like about it. Like you get right to business. Like there's no
Yeah.
messing around. There's no dumb setup and a bunch of random stuff
Yeah.
happening. You just get right to it.
And the music is also kind of like eerie,
Oh, the
like just
score's
like
good.
Halloween. Even though I don't know, I don't think it's as iconic as Halloween is because
Definitely not.
it's just like kit ma kit ma.
It
Um,
doesn't. It actually doesn't say.
it really? Huh?
No,
I
it
thought it
just
did.
says Friday, June 13th, the present.
Okay. All
And
right. So
does Jamie know?
sometime in the future,
Did he
Jimmy.
step away?
Jimmy, do you know how far they like jump in the future from this movie?
Uh, I should know this, but I mean, I think it's not. I mean, I think it's less than a year, isn't it? Or
I
Oh,
don't.
really?
I thought it was between like 5 and 10.
See, I was thinking way longer than that, so I think I'm way off.
um, well, I know they say it in the movie.
Okay.
I don't think
Okay.
it's a ton of time. Maybe it's longer than I'm
Yeah.
thinking. See, the original the initial killing spree was uh Friday the 13th, 1979.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So it was about 21 years, or is that 31? I don't know, because it was 1958, right? In the original shot. Fast forward to 79.
Actually, no, that's wrong. I'm sorry. Y'all are right. What the hell am I even talking about? The original killings were um 1958, so many years before.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I was
Yeah.
thinking.
Okay, I
Okay.
don't know what the fuck I'm thinking.
It feels very similar in the movie. Like it doesn't feel that long after.
Yeah, that is a really. I don't know why I'm thinking it was shorter, but yeah, yeah. Now I'm thinking, yeah, it was a lot longer, I guess, because yeah, in the beginning, I think it says 19.
1958, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. All right. And then we fast forward and we're introduced to one of our first characters and also one of our our not first but next victims, Annie. Um which
Annie
it
and the weird guy.
yeah, it was a
No.
nice shot like of her like walking through the town and like
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
some people mentioned I don't know in the research I did a lot of people mentioned the dog that she petted for some reason. Um but then she goes is like, "Hey, I'm looking for Camp Crystal Lake," and everyone gives her like the side eye. And then one guy's like, "Fine, I'll take you there." And then I just want to say this gentleman who's a
That's what I meant by
trucker.
weird guy. I didn't
Yeah,
mean
he
Ralph.
like
Obviously, Ralph
he's
thought.
he's I would say is extremely older than he she is. Like he's
Yeah.
probably in his 50s or 60s and she's
But
like,
no, it's the time period, so it's all
"Oh,
right.
no, no, no." He flirts with this young woman, helps him helps her get in his truck by pushing her
And
pu-
yeah, I thought that was
pushing her
so
ass
wild.
up.
I was
Yeah.
like,
And
whoa, double palms right on him. I was like, dude, what is this guy doing?
well, so when I did a reaction
Well,
for
he also
Jamie's
said,
channel,
I was just gonna say, he also
yeah,
said, what the fuck P word it he was like, are all the counselors as pretty as you are?
Yeah, yeah, that's what he
yeah,
said.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
whoa,
yeah.
dude, how old are
No,
you?
no, Austin and I, when we were reacting to this, we were like, "Wow, this dude is a little pervy," and almost was I don't know if it was immediately after the video went up, but there was this one dude who commented who's like, "How dare you two like young people judge people?" It was like it was the time. Like can't like an older man be like nice to like like a younger woman? It's like people like you make me sick. I don't recommend this video. Screw you guys.
Damn.
And the thing is, I think he even said he did after that point, he didn't even watch any further.
Yeah,
Like
it
two
was something like
minutes,
that.
2 minutes in, he's like, all right, I'm done because they were shaming a pervy dude.
Wow.
If the guy would have said one thing, I think I
Yeah.
got would have got past it, and it was just like whatever, you know.
Well, I don't know. For me, it was the ass grabbing that
Yeah,
kind of
that's what did it for me. It did seem like they were kind of pushing that. Like, we gotta have this weird pervy guy.
yeah. And then and then she did she jump out of his truck or did she just get out?
No,
She got
no,
Hmm.
out.
she got it. She eventually jumped out of
Yeah.
the
Oh yeah. Wait.
obviously
Yeah.
Pamela's
Yeah.
vehicle.
Yeah, she gets picked up by someone else
I,
afterwards.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So Pamela's vehicle is a Jeep, which also looks like the same exact Jeep
Steve,
that
right?
that by Steve.
Yes. I was
Um,
I was gonna say that too.
my question is, did she steal that vehicle in
I don't
order to
know.
kill Annie, or or like, did she borrow that
I
vehicle?
don't
Because
know.
Steve obviously knew her, or they just have the same fucking vehicle.
I don't
Sorry for
That's
know.
cussing.
that's actually a
I
good
don't know.
question. I think it probably is the same vehicle because you see him later on in the movie pulling the hitch at the diner or whatever. This was
Yeah.
way later on because I was. It's funny you mentioned that because I was gonna ask you guys how you thought about that
I
because I
think I
thought
think she stole it because
okay,
cuz didn't he needed a ride home from the sheriff, didn't he?
well he crashed. I think
Oh, okay. So yeah, I don't know or maybe she just has the same Jeep like
yeah
I don't know. I never thought about that.
My thought, it was the writer's way of trying to make it seem like he was maybe the killer.
yeah
Well,
I agree
Um,
with that.
so yeah, because so Annie gets killed or like picked up by someone, and then she realizes that this is not like a safe person, jumps out of the Jeep, and then chased. And I have to say, the person we only see like the body, like like chest and like hands and feet. And I have to say, it seemed very masculine to me.
Well, there's a bunch of theories out there that she wasn't actually the person that killed everybody in the movie.
Okay.
Obviously, they didn't know what the hell they were doing with that movie
Yeah.
until afterwards, but there's a bunch of like, fun fan theories that
Yeah.
maybe it
Love
was
those.
actually Jason that
Yeah.
killed some of them, but
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a bit, I just like, it's a bit hard to say that would be Jason because, like, I mean, we'll talk about the ending, but when
Yeah.
she's mimicking Jason's voice, why the hell would she be doing that if
Yeah.
Jason was like, also, I mean, I don't
Yeah,
know.
Yeah.
we'll talk
We'll
about that
talk
part
about it at
because
the
I got
end.
some thoughts on that part.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it at the end. But
I will say before the Annie stuff happened, we did get, I think we get introduced to the counselors before that happens. Like, it's
do we
happening at
Mhm.
the same
Oh,
time.
that's true. I think we get introduced to Annie first, but like not all of the stuff happens.
We get to the campground and we
Yeah,
meet all the
Cameron.
counselors and the guys
Yeah.
end up on like the people on their way there,
Yeah.
Jack and all them.
I mean, Steve's also kind of a weirdo.
Oh,
Some
the
of the
head
shit he
dude.
says to Alice is
Oh
kind of
no,
out
yeah,
there,
no.
but
I was gonna bring that up. Like the dude is like obviously like the eldest of the group, and like
Well,
Alice. I mean, at so we said this off air, but all of these kids are from what? Like, did we say 16 to 22?
yeah, I mean, that's what the
yeah.
consensus is. I
Um,
mean, that
Mhm.
would be my guess. Yeah.
and I don't, and you can't really tell like which age is which, and some of the like the moves that were made, not just on Annie but on Alice by Steve, like how he was rubbing her shoulders,
Yeah,
and
he did a weird hair thing too.
oh
Uh,
yeah, that
no,
was
I
weird.
don't. I mean, we're not gonna call it every guy that
Yeah,
does weird shit in this
no,
movie, but
no,
it's just that
No.
there's some
I,
weird
I wouldn't
characters
say
stuff.
I wouldn't say what he did was necessarily pervy. I would just say he may have crossed a line.
Yeah, it's a bit
Well,
weird because we don't know how old Alice is.
Oh, that's
true.
true. That's
There
That's the
true.
there
tough
was
thing.
I feel like there was also like an implied like relationship between the two. Because remember she drew that
Yeah,
picture of him.
yeah,
So
It came off weird because I think because the actors I don't think the actors gelled that well, so like
yeah.
it almost like came off probably weirder than it was actually supposed to come off.
mhm.
Um
I would say none of the. I mean, is this a bad statement? None of the actors in this movie are that spectacular.
yeah, I mean Kevin Bacon, I mean I don't we didn't know,
Yeah,
he was gonna be Kevin Bacon yet, but he was
yeah,
solid. I thought
yeah,
him and the girl he was with were like solid together.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
thought
agree.
Brenda, like the actress that played Brenda in this movie,
Okay.
I thought she was decent, but like, yeah, I mean, well, other than Betsy Palmer is
Yeah.
the best performance in this movie for sure.
Is it bad? I mean, I know you guys refreshed on the movie like more recently than I did. Is it bad that I don't remember like any of the characters' names except like the main ones?
I'm gonna tell you now. I'm gonna tell you why,
No, it's not
because
weird.
Because everyone's forgettable except Alice.
yeah, not to. I mean, I don't know where me and TJ are gonna go on this if we're gonna have a debate or if he came closer to my side, since he rewatched it, but a lot of these characters are forgettable. I mean, I know so most of like I know some of the characters just, from seeing it so many
Yeah.
times, but with that being said, I still couldn't name all of them because I just don't really
No.
find them all that. I mean, to be fair, in Friday 13th in general, most characters are forgettable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So,
you think it's because
you,
they don't necessarily live long enough to build that connection, like viewer connection
well,
to them.
that and I just don't think Friday 13th ever cared enough about their characters to really, outside of like some of the final characters, like they never
Yeah.
really, all they care about is kills and how good the kills are and
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff. But
Yeah, because
That's
I
fair.
only really remember. I don't know why I remember Annie so well. Maybe it was just the interaction she had with the older gentleman. But I felt like they built her up a lot in the beginning just to like kill
Yeah.
her
yeah,
off
Yeah.
instantly.
Did you guys feel like that was a waste of a character?
100%.
I thought it.
Yeah.
I think
Go ahead.
looking at it, it's smart though
Yeah.
because you you're trying to build this character in the beginning so that it's the character that people care about in that moment because how she's gelling, the dog stuff in the beginning and
Yeah.
then some of her interactions with the people. They want to make you root for that person that's going to die first in the beginning. Um, and they want that person to be interesting
Yeah.
enough. I mean, it's like, Scream, for example. Well, I guess I haven't seen Scream, but if you know anything about Scream, the beginning scene, you're invested in that
Yeah.
moment,
Yeah.
and I think that's the idea here. I do have something real funny to say real quick because we were talking about Steve. Uh, so the guy that was with Annie in the truck when he was, the guy, the creepy guy or
Yeah.
whatever. He was talking about how Steve acquired this place and is fixing it up.
Yeah.
He said that he, at that point, already spent 25,000 on that camp. And I'm like, there's no effing way that he spent
No.
$25,000 on that
No.
camp in 1980 or
No.
1979. Um,
Yeah.
how?
Especially with
What?
its reputation.
Well, it depends on what kind of renovations, if he had to build cabins, lighting, the generator itself that they have to mess with could have cost a lot of money. But yeah,
25,000 though in
25,000
19
is crazy. 19, what is it, 79, you said?
25,000 now, that would be too not enough, but
Yeah, you'd need at least 100 something.
Well,
yeah, but
see,
Probably
I
more.
wonder if
Actually, what am I
CJ's
saying? More.
right. Like, if that's including 25,000,
Cabins,
maybe including
generator,
everything.
also, where'd he get this money?
That's
I mean, unless it,
alone.
Well, Jamie, we already established this movie's not really good at
no,
telling the
I
story.
know, but
I
it's
mean,
just I
we
never paid attention to like the how much thing, and then like just recently, I was like, oh, I don't even not a detail I ever really you know really took and thought about. So
yeah. So I guess next in the movie, I guess the we just see like the counselors like settling in. Um, Steve eventually like leaves to go to town and have dinner for some reason. I don't know why he just doesn't stay to watch over the kids. Um, and then we meet Crazy Ralph.
well,
Um,
we meet Crazy Ralph even before that though, because Crazy
really?
Ralph
First scene.
he
Oh,
Second
that's
scene.
true.
Sorry. Second scene.
with
Oh,
Annie,
'cause
yeah.
yeah, I forgot about that. I forgot about that. Um, I guess something I have to say about Ralph.
It's
And
got a death curse.
so
He's great.
I'm gonna share my screen on Zoom. Um,
You're
eh,
doomed. You're all doomed.
Guys, I was sent here by God. Love that part.
if
Wow,
I
that's
can,
the character. Didn't you always think, while Noah's doing that, didn't you always
yeah.
think that that's a character that was going to stay around for a while? Like, this isn't a spoiler for Noah because Noah's seen the second one also. He dies in the second one.
Oh, he's in the second one?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in
Oh,
the second one.
spoilers, Jamie.
That is surprising. You know what? I'm gonna go back and watch a few of the other ones after this, just to refresh on all of them. I did not know that he was in the second one though. That's awesome. I
Yeah,
thought he was gonna be just like the random guy in the first one, but that would have been good if they kind of used him in and out of all the movies,
yeah,
just to bring back that callback to the first one.
yeah. He's in the
Okay.
second one, but I don't think he's in there very long.
What do you say? You're
Um,
doomed.
damn it.
I can't remember to be honest.
Okay, I can't figure out how to share my screen for some reason. It wants me to do weird settings. Okay, besides the point. I actually I'll send a picture to Jamie. And Jamie can get I can get his opinion at least on actually let's see if I can. Okay. Jamie, I'm gonna send you a picture.
Okay.
So the picture that I'm currently sending Jamie is I watched a lot of Scooby-Doo as a kid, and there was this episode called "To Switch a Witch," and I always thought, actually, when I'm watching this movie, that he looks exactly like this dude. Now, it could be coincidence because this episode came out 2 years before Friday the 13th did. And maybe I'm crazy. Maybe Jamie doesn't think he looks anything like Crazy
Which
Ralph.
which guy?
Um, the dude in the hat, Jamie. I mean, it's not the
I don't
best,
see
but
it, but
okay,
Just the
okay,
animated ones.
yeah, it's
yeah.
animated.
I love that
Maybe
show,
maybe
by the way.
it's the bright orange jacket that's throwing
Well,
me
that's
off.
also me taking a picture of a computer
Yeah.
screen. Um,
What's your favorite Scooby-Doo
oh,
movie?
favorite Scooby Doo movie? That's tough.
Animated, obviously. There's a lot
Alien
of good
Yeah,
ones.
Invaders.
there's a lot of good. I mean, I don't know if you want to count the Harlem Globetrotters, which that's not technically a movie. I mean, that series is called the New Scooby-Doo movies, and they're about like each episode's almost an hour long.
Okay. You, Jamie said Alien Invaders.
Yeah.
I love that
Really?
one. That's probably
That's
my
your favorite?
it's probably my second. Mine's probably Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island.
Oh, okay. See, yeah, I
Uh,
agree with that one.
That one
Jamie,
kicks
that
I
one's
ass.
think
up there
that
too.
I think that's one of the worst ones. I'm sorry, Jamie. I
Oh,
mean,
Really?
crazy.
I like the characters in that
Crazy.
movie. Yeah,
Alien
that one's
Invaders is
awesome.
awesome. Also, Cyber Chase is amazing.
oh, that's
And
true. I have that up on the
The
shelf.
Witch's Ghost is great too.
I like the Witch's Ghost for the Hex Girls, but besides
Yeah.
that, I didn't realize the plot is really rushed in that movie. I watched it again for the first time last year in like a decade, and it was just it just kind of fell apart very quick for me. But Tim Curry's in it.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah, he's the main bad guy
Oh,
besides
okay. I
the
didn't know
witch.
that. I got to go back and watch some this holiday
Yeah,
season. This
yeah.
Halloween season, I should say.
All right. So we meet Crazy Ralph first with Annie, and then he comes at the camp, and
Where
then
he's in the like the food pantry or
yeah,
whatever.
that's weird. That
The
was
best
weird.
part. So good. So good.
Yeah. He's like, hey Alice, I got more personality than you do.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm surprised he didn't die in this movie.
Yeah. Well, I guess because uh, Pamela didn't mind him, but Jason
Yeah,
said F you
yeah,
when Jason came
yeah,
onto the screen in the
yeah,
second movie. He was like, I'm
yeah,
not having it.
yeah.
I kill everybody.
Yeah.
Um, so I guess the campers like or not the campers, the counselors mess around with a little bit. And I think the next death scene I think is Kevin Bacon if I'm correct.
Hmm.
No.
No.
Miami Dolphins guy.
Ned.
Would you like that Miami Dolphins shirt that I don't
No.
know for sure is Miami Dolphins, but
Yeah.
definitely look like it?
Yeah.
I was wondering that too. Who was the 88?
Yeah.
Who is
I,
that?
I
San Marino.
And
but
what happened to him cuz I
they're not in Miami, but
They're in Jersey, right?
New
Yeah.
Jersey, yeah.
how
So
did
I'm
he
not
die
sure.
again?
Then it's an off-screen thing. It's like, well,
Oh,
he
okay.
got so it was like, I mean, this is going into the movie a
Yeah.
little bit. Well, actually, someone that or something that actually dies even before him, the snake,
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
a
Like
real snake.
yeah,
Chop suey.
they find a snake in a cabin
Oh,
and
that was a real snake they cut
Yeah,
up?
yeah,
real.
that was a real snake and they
Damn.
chopped it in half with a machete.
Couldn't get away with
And
that nowadays.
yeah.
Brutal.
Well, the snake wasn't even like a wild snake. It was from like a shelter, wasn't it, Jamie?
I can't remember. I just know it was real, but
Because
it's messed up
I could
regardless.
be wrong,
Yeah. I
but
mean,
I believe that like someone they got like an animal like handler involved and they brought their snake and then they killed the snake and the animal handlers were really up. were really upset.
Oh, so they didn't know that was happening?
No, I don't know if it
Gosh.
was even a plan to kill the snake.
I mean, shout out to the snake though. It's one of the most famous snakes of all
I mean, I
time, but
could be
holy
wrong.
crap.
Yeah, there was no strict animal protection laws or supervision from organizations like PETA at the time.
Okay,
When did that change?
Um,
I think in the
I would
Probably
imagine.
shortly after.
Yeah, I would
yeah,
I
imagine.
would think.
especially with the movie's semi-popularity.
Yeah, no, Noah's right. The animal handler didn't know they were going to do it, which is really
That's
messed up.
crazy.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
the effed up thing is, considering there's no like laws against it at that time, there's nothing he could even do to get them
Yeah.
in trouble.
I
Which
mean,
is
I
effed
guess,
up.
I
Was
guess
it
he,
improvised? You think it was improvised?
maybe.
No, I'm sure the director
No.
said, "Kill this
Chop it up.
snake. We need it for the movie."
I mean, I guess he could have sued if I don't know if that's something you could sue over at the time.
But if there's no laws protecting the snake,
Yeah,
I don't.
but if it's his snake,
How do you prove that?
that's a fair. That's you know what?
Yeah,
That's
that's the biggest thing. Well, the footage.
Yeah, but the footage, do they have footage of the handler like I
That's
guess
true. That's
well
true.
there should be a contract.
yeah.
That might be the way to prove it. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
handler no. But that's also a lot to go through. I don't want to say it's a lot to go through for a snake because that sounds messed up, but
We know
that
what you meant though.
you probably would have to go through a lot of channels to get anything for that, especially in the 1980s. And at that point, you're probably exhausting a lot of resources more than you should.
Hopefully, they're cutting him some royalties, even if they're small, for his snake's small appearance in the movie.
Should.
Imagine getting paid the rest of your life because of that. That'd be awesome.
But what I was saying,
Yeah.
I don't remember the freaking character's name. The guy that shows up with Kevin Bacon's character and his girlfriend's character,
Ned.
yeah, Ned, and he basically, I think he like hears something. He goes into that one cabin. We never see him again until right before, or actually, as Kevin Bacon and his girlfriend are
Oh yeah, because he's like hidden like in the
having
bunk.
sex.
Yeah.
He's in the bucket on top of them.
Which was a great way to kind of
Yeah.
show what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, did you guys catch right before he went in there? It kind of showed. I guess it would be Mrs. Voorhees, kind of like going into the house. Did you guys see that part? Because like you heard
Yeah.
something,
I
but
mean,
it was very vague. Like you couldn't really tell, but you saw a person kind of walking in there.
I don't think I did.
It's it's
Maybe where I
quick.
watched it, Austin might have picked up on it. I don't quite remember.
yeah, I mean, there's a lot of moments like that in this movie, though. Like, there's like the right before Kevin Bacon's characters. I should look up these character names, but right before his girlfriend's character is about to be killed, you see the
Jack
hand,
Jack and Marcy.
Yeah.
Jack and Marcy. You see the hand like pull the or not like pull the curtain that's there or the shower curtain
Okay.
that's there. You see
Yeah.
a hand.
Yeah.
Um, Obviously, Mrs. Voorhees hiding in there.
Yeah. And then what? Kevin Bacon and what's her name, Marcy, have sex.
What did you
Um,
think? Before we get well, I guess that happens. Does that happen before or after Strip Monopoly?
That was at, that was before. Because I remember
yeah,
they were
Okay.
doing that during the storm.
yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Um,
Strip Monopoly. It's
never heard of it.
That's
I've heard of Strip Poker, but
Yeah,
pretty awesome.
Strip
yeah.
Monopoly is
I don't even.
That sounds like a long night.
Yeah. I don't even understand how the rules would even be, but I don't even
well,
want
it's
to
like
know.
every time you land on a property, which is
The
That,
old board.
like that would happen a lot, like
yeah,
Maybe
constantly.
that's the point.
Yeah,
Make
true,
it
yeah, I don't
good
true,
for
know.
it by the fifth, turn.
true.
Yeah. Well, then Kevin Bacon and Marcy make love. And then Marcy, she goes to take a shower or leave for some reason.
Yeah,
And
the
then
yeah.
Kevin Bacon, he's just sitting there on the bed and then he makes a weird face and it's just like, do I have heartburn? Do I have indigestion? No, I have an arrow protruding out of my chest.
Yeah, that was wild. That was
What?
actually a
Well,
pretty awesome kill.
yeah, I mean, yeah, no, it's one of the it and we'll talk about, my issues with the movie later, but like
Yeah,
that's one of the best kills in any slasher film ever. And it's
yeah,
still good. It still is held in high regard. I mean, obviously now you can tell the makeup around his neck, like you can see that stuff, but like for the time period and
yeah,
just like the creativeness and the practical effects of it all, it's still really great. Because unlike, because I don't personally think Annie's kill is aged the best.
yeah,
You can clearly see it. It's like because at least with Kevin Bacon's, you can see it, but they cut so fast that it's
yeah.
not like it's not so
Well,
um
doesn't Annie
obvious.
just get her like neck snapped?
But
Oh,
No, Annie is the knife, and
okay,
then
okay.
she's bleeding here, but you
it's
can
like
see all
weird
the
orange water.
Oh yeah, yeah. I remember that.
um. We did forget to mention the cop scene with the counselors,
Oh yeah, the
and
guy dressed as the Indian.
the cop had some
Oh
interesting lines.
Yes.
yeah,
Uh, I mean, to be fair, some of the dialogue throughout this movie, um,
hasn't
is,
aged well.
isn't always the best or hasn't aged well or but this movie's not meant for dialogue though, to
No,
No,
be fair.
no.
true.
And to
A
be
little bit
honest,
of cheese with it.
I've heard worse dialogue in a movie I just saw recently. So,
I know which one you're gonna
uh,
say too, because I
yeah.
watched your short on it.
If you got a chance to see Strangers Chapter 1 or Chapter 2, that's some shitty dialogue.
Oh
So
Lord,
people don't learn.
people, especially after
But the thing is,
45 years.
yeah, the thing though is like Friday 13th, um, one of the first slashers ever, and that movie was not made to have great dialogue. It's not the
No,
point of it. The point of it was kills,
yeah,
tension, and stuff like
hmm
that, and it did its job. But you get a slasher movie years later that is just making all the same mistakes, but
yeah,
just like amplified because they're just so much worse.
yeah,
That's my frustration with filmmaking here and there because you just get people sometimes that get these properties that they get to work with and then they don't fucking give a shit about them and
yeah.
they keep cussing, but
There
they
probably
don't
It's
was
they
at the
fine.
don't
It's
care
skis, way
fine.
about
over the
them.
skis most of the
Jamie,
time
Jamie,
too.
you're
Okay.
good. Jamie, you're good. I'm gonna put a warning in the beginning of the episode. You're good.
Okay. But yeah, they don't care about the properties, and they're just like Rennie Harlan, who did the new Stranger movies,
Yeah,
got handed a trilogy and clearly didn't know like I don't maybe he watched the original and was a fan of the original, but like just not even close as good as the original.
yeah,
And it's just but not to get to Strangers Chapter
yeah.
1 and 2 because they don't deserve to be talked about really.
I was surprised you mentioned them.
True. But yeah, we're going back to what Kevin Bacon's kill. One of
Yeah.
the best ever.
Yeah.
Still to this day is one of the best ever.
I was hoping you would say
Um,
that. I was gonna ask you guys what your favorite kills are, but we'll maybe we'll get to that later.
Yeah. Yeah. I could we'll get to this later, but I can tell you definitely what my least favorite is.
what's the least favorite?
We'll get to it.
Oh, okay.
We'll get to it. Um so Kevin Bacon gets arrow through the chest, and then Marcy's the next to go, I believe. And is she's the one who gets the no, does she get the
The
axe to the
axe.
head?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which that was a brutal kill.
this is a great kill.
Yeah, I mean they don't show like that it actually happening, which
Yeah.
would have probably been hard during that time,
Well, you see,
but they showed the after
yeah,
effects.
I think. Well, I thought that it was shot well for what they
Yeah.
did show,
Hmm.
like
Yeah.
that, just the swing, and then just the. blood
But
splatter.
her acting in that moment, not even her acting, just
Yeah.
the way she reacts to the person and
Yeah.
like doesn't even do anything. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't love that,
There's
but
a lot of that in this movie though,
yeah,
Jaden.
yeah, it's just like I get pe we don't know how people would react, but I'm pretty sure people are not going to be like hoping that person doesn't stab them in
Yeah.
that moment. But
Eh,
no, but yeah, like the way it looked, practical, like obviously, oh my God, I'm blanking on his name.
The
The
director?
effects guy. No,
Oh,
the
the
effects
effects.
guy.
I have no idea.
Oh my God, he's like one of the best effects guy ever. I'm fucking blanking on his name.
Well, you think about that. Do you think I feel like we need to bring back more practical effects in movies? Is that like a hot take, or is that something you would agree with? Because
George Romero.
I think we rely too much on CGI.
No, sorry, Tom Savini. Sorry,
Yes, yeah.
sorry.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're good.
which other horror fans would be like, "How the fuck can you remember that?" I know who the guy is. It's just
Yeah,
my brain doesn't
yeah,
always work the best.
W-
But yeah, Tom
yeah,
Savini like is legendary makeup guy, and he like killed it in this
yeah,
movie.
Yeah, that was one of my high points, but we'll get to that. What were we
yeah.
saying, Noah?
I was saying, I think we should. Is it a hot take to think that we should bring back more practical effects in movies? Um, I'm not saying they're not used, but I'm just saying I think we rely a lot on CGI
A
these
ton,
days.
a ton.
Especially with horror. I mean,
Hmm.
horror is the big thing. I love practical effects. I
Yeah,
prefer practical, especially with horror. To me,
Jamie's always said
horror
that.
is like it just looks better.
and it's also I think their practical effects now versus then are a lot better.
Yeah,
Like
because
it's
you
definitely
got smarter
improved.
with using how you can use them.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, it's just like the first Conjuring, for example. Most of that was practical effects. There's very little like
Okay.
CGI in that movie. But then the second movie, even though I still love
Yeah.
the second movie, and even the third movie, the CGI is clearly ramped up, and
Hmm.
like they just.
That's a
And
good point.
I just find practical stuff to be more scary
Okay.
because like what you don't see
Yeah.
is way scarier than what you
Yeah.
do see.
Especially in the case that you're describing, because that first Conjuring was chilling.
Yeah.
First
Yeah.
time I watched that, man.
I'll take your word for it.
Never seen it?
I don't plan
Oh, dude.
on
No, no, it
I
doesn't like supernatural
I
horror.
Yeah,
I stay away from the super spiritual.
I appreciate that. Yeah, no, I probably should too, but uh, definitely, definitely a really good one.
Um, but yeah.
So who's the next to go after Marcy? Because are we down? I can't remember if we're down the
Well, we
three
have the
left or
Marcy
four.
thing. Obviously, we have the strip monopoly.
The strip
Eventually,
monopoly.
that gets ruined because the door just like randomly
Yeah.
comes open from the storm.
Mhm.
I will say the storm was a really good idea.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
Because like it definitely added to the atmosphere of the movie.
Oh yeah,
Um,
definitely.
Did
y'all
you
enjoyed that too.
did you guys? Yeah, you know what the crazy part about it is?
Hmm.
That wasn't a real rainstorm.
It
Those were
Yeah, it
wasn't?
doesn't
effects.
surprise me.
Yeah, those were
That
effects,
wow.
and it looked super real. That's why, like, I looked it up because I was like, this looks like a real ass rainstorm. So I looked it up, but no, it was all effects in a dry spell in the middle of a dry
Wow.
season in New Jersey. But yeah, I was surprised they did a good job with the effects on
Yeah.
that too.
Yeah, I thought all the effects were pretty good, especially when what? I mean, I don't think this was a lot of money back in the day, but it only had a budget of what, a little
500,000.
Yeah,
yeah,
500.
a little bit more. It was like 550,000.
I'll get more
Crazy.
into the box office stuff once we, get
Yeah.
to that point.
That was the yeah, I just
No,
wanted to
yeah,
go the
no,
budget.
yeah. No, I meant
I
like
thought with the budget, I thought the movie I mean could have been better, yes. But for the budget it had, I thought all the practical effects were
Is
um
that is 500? Is that low budget back then?
I would assume so.
uh even then that was I mean that relatively low.
Okay.
I think
'Cause-
Halloween was
Yeah.
300,000
And
when
Evil
that got
Dead.
made.
What was Evil Dead? It was really low, right? Evil Dead was like 100,000.
Which is crazy because some of the Evil Dead budget, or like some of the Evil Dead stuff so Evil Dead was 350 to
Oh,
400,000.
okay.
I think Halloween was just 300,000. But that's the thing, people aren't like, I think it's always smarter to do lower budgets
Yeah.
because the money that you're going to make from
Yeah.
them. There's a problem with a lot of like someone, I think it was like Christian Arloff mentioned they were talking about Transformers, and this is when they were like putting out a bunch of shitty Transformer
Yeah.
movies in a row, or not
Hmm.
Transformers, I'm sorry, um, Terminator, not
Okay.
Transformers.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Terminator, they put a bunch out in a row that were shit, and Christian was like, "Why not scale the budget down, be closer to what like the original was, and you're gonna one, you're probably gonna make it better because you're gonna focus on the story more, because you're not focusing on all these cool ass explosions and all these cool ass stuff. Will bring the budget down, and then you'll make money that way. Whereas you make these big Terminator films and they don't make money. Like
That's true.
what's the one that Christian Bale's in?
What, my favorite, Salvation?
Salvation. I don't think Salvation did too well, but I could be
Which
wrong.
when's that from?
Oh,
Salvation is
is
that
that oh
20?
I,
09?
Oh,
I thought it
nine.
was 12. I could be
Is it
wrong. I could be
I'm not gonna
wrong.
lie, I haven't seen any of those later
Actually,
Halloween
Terminator
was
movies.
325,000.
um,
Wow.
Yeah, Salvation was 09.
oh, it was 09. Genesis was 2015.
So yeah, the budget for yeah, the budget for Terminator Salvation was 200 million. That's ridiculous.
Damn. What was the budget for Genesis?
Uh,
Because wasn't Genesis like even more?
155 million.
Okay.
That's like 100 or what did I say? 200. It's like 100 less or whatever that is. That's
50,
crazy.
no, like 50,000 less.
Oh, did I say two?
You said 200 million,
Oh, okay. I thought I said 250 million.
unless I heard you wrong. I am known to be deaf.
No, it is 200. Yeah, yeah, no, yeah. Okay. But yeah, that's and I because I don't think Terminator Salvation made its money back. I could be wrong. Oh no, it did. Okay. Well, it grossed 371, so it did make money.
So
But
did
regardless,
Genesis. Yeah.
yeah.
Can you guys hear
Anyways,
me still?
Yeah, I can hear you.
yeah.
Is it crystal clear?
Yeah.
Okay. My headphones died, so I put my AirPods in.
No, you're
So we'll
good.
see how that goes.
But yeah. So then we get to like we went through Marcy's and then the
Yeah.
strip monopoly, and then the
Yeah.
door opens, and then Brenda goes out and to she's
Yeah.
going to go to bed basically,
Yeah.
and then she starts hearing the voice, which I thought was pretty cool, pretty creepy,
Yeah.
because that, as we know, that's from Pamela.
Oh, yeah, yeah. She hears the child's voice
Yeah,
because he's like, "Help me! Help me!"
Oh, I forgot about that part.
And then, oh, that was
which
that was
that
the arrow. That was the other arrow kill, wasn't it?
No, I think that was it an axe?
no, she was an axe.
I thought she
She
got like impaled by arrows.
I don't think they show her death because she
Yeah.
eventually gets
Yeah.
thrown through the window, remember?
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
yeah. Yeah, that's true. I forgot about that.
Well, they have a couple that
Yeah.
like aren't shown, but you
No, it's
can't with the
isn't it
budget they have, it
isn't
kind
it
of
the
tough.
next kill like that one dude?
Yeah, they don't show his death either, but that
You
one
just
he
you
was like
just
hung
see
up on the wall, yeah.
you hung up on the
Mm-hmm.
wall
Old
and
Bill.
and then what after that that's just Alice left, right?
Yeah, as she gets
Which
her.
which
A
I
looked.
what it
The
was just
final
like
girl.
yeah, it was the most disappointing final girl ever that in the the horror movies that I've seen the most disappointing.
Well,
Um
no, I can say for a guy that's seen a ton, she's
yeah,
one of the all-time underwhelming, one of the
yeah,
all-time worst of notable horror films
yeah.
of the Final Girls.
And then she just runs around finding all these dead bodies, just
And
trying
Yeah.
to
then
get
just
out.
stares at him for a minute straight.
Yeah.
It's like you're getting chased by
And
somebody.
then I would say what does she find Steve before or after she meets Mrs. Voorhees?
After, just after,
Okay.
right? Because then he like
Well,
falls
no,
down from the tree.
well, yeah, I know she sees Annie after because she goes in the car or whatever.
Yeah. Well, yeah, well, she meets Mrs. Voorhees, which she thinks Miss Voorhees is gonna help her. At least that's what she thought. And then, of course, Mrs. Voorhees has to do the classic villain monologue.
Hmm.
And then, um, I
Well,
have
she
to
comes off
say,
normal at
oh,
first,
she
but
does.
yeah.
She does. She comes off super nice, which I have to say, I mean, I know like your first time watching this movie based on my first time is very different. Were you like at all surprised when Mrs. Voorhees was like revealed to be the murderer? Because I have to say, as someone who like went into this movie not really knowing, the only thing I knew about Friday the 13th was Jason Voorhees. Like I knew he was the killer. I know the machete. I know the hockey mask. And then when she was like, "Oh, it's me, Mrs. Voorhees," I was like, what's going on here?"
Hmm.
Um, and also it was I mean, okay, I also I don't think she's what a 60-year-old woman, maybe younger, maybe like in her 50s. I don't see her pulling off a lot of the kills. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
W-
me either. But
What's
because
the story on it though, right? Isn't she like possessed by Jason or something? No, no,
I I
it's nothing
think
like that.
no,
I think she's just a schizophrenic,
no, she
or has like because doesn't she?
she saw her son
Yeah,
get ignored,
well,
drowned in a
yeah,
lake,
drown.
and she went crazy from that.
Which is like okay,
Totally fair.
which I mean I understand why she's mad. Like I understand her motives for killing because her son got like neglected because I guess two teenagers were making love instead of being lifeguards, and they drowned. But I mean, she said, "Oh, I heard him scream," and I'm like, "You didn't run out and like try to save him?"
Yeah, I guess she could have dove in.
Yeah,
I
Well,
mean, that's what I
I
would
don't know
have.
how
like
I
it
don't know
does.
how close she
That's
was.
that's another part of the story that I feel like falls short for me.
Well, apparently everybody just ignored him. My guess is she wasn't around, I would
Yeah.
assume.
Well, she
Yeah, I
was
was
the
gonna
cook.
say.
She was the cook for the
I mean, the
food
cook
sale.
wouldn't have been close to the
Yeah,
lake,
that's
though.
true. That's true. I don't.
Jason is my son, and today was his birthday.
Yeah, that was terrifying.
Kill her, mommy, kill her.
Yeah,
That's one of the
that's
best
Yeah,
lines right there.
so cringy though.
I think she
It's so good.
which all right, we'll get into this, but at that point, like going into like the second movie, that scene makes absolute no sense.
You
Like
mean
as
like as far as
like canon wise or like to the story,
what
like
him being older
yeah,
as old as he is in the second one? I
I,
mean, it makes sense. Actually, it does make sense considering the first, But like as far as like,
yeah.
there's no. Well, the problem is they didn't know
Yeah, it's
after that
I mean
first movie
yeah.
that Jason was gonna be,
Yeah.
and you kind of have to just roll with it at that point.
Hmm.
I get it, but at the same time, no, I was gonna say this later. I'll say it now. I would say the second movie definitely discredits this movie, the first one, a lot.
What do you
in
mean
my
use
opinion.
credits?
Like any interesting plot points that was like set, um, I feel like is completely thrown away into the next movie because the whole thing was like, oh, I'm murdering these people because they essentially killed my son by ignoring him. But then it's revealed, oh, Jason is not dead. And then also like the personality of Jason like living in her, like cuz I'm assuming the mental disorder is schizophrenia. I don't know if that's what they're trying to portray, but that's what I kind of see.
I don't
Or
think they I mean I'm sure they didn't put that much thought into it
Or
anyways, but
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know if that was what they were trying to do, or if she was just like partly possessed by Jason. There's many possibilities. Um, but I definitely feel like I thought was interesting points until, well, definitely the end of the movie, and then like later into the sequels.
yeah, I get it. But the thing is, like, the thing that crosses over is that Jason is then killing these counselors
That's
because
true.
for his mom.
Yeah,
Um, but it's very nobody will ever know. Like,
yeah,
she's killing these counselors because of Jason. Is
yeah,
Jason around?
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, it's
Also,
a
it's like
who
who's.
knows?
I mean, another point is who's watching Friday the 13th for the story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
also true.
That's it's a bit messy, but also that's sort of kind of what makes it,
Well,
what it
speaking of
is.
messy, getting back to is like Alice running around for like 5 minutes, just tripping
It is a
over.
long chase scene, and
It is
like she gets her ass kicked for
Yeah,
a good chunk of
basically the
it.
whole time, yeah.
yeah,
It's like, holy, just
and th
pull yourself together a little bit.
yeah, and
Yeah.
I,
then
I've seen women put up better fights against Jason.
yeah, yeah.
Like,
No, it was awful. And then what? In like the last scene, they're like punching each other over the sand because Alice, her only like hope for escape is like on the lake. And
yeah.
then she picks up Mrs. Voorhees's machete in the struggle. And then, okay, this is honestly the least favorite kill of the entire movie. She
The
then
head.
proceeds to decapitate Mrs. Voorhees, which I think is my biggest issue with the film. Is like one, she's a scrawny teenage girl. She's not gonna decapitate.
Uh, Also,
Do you mean
with slashers, you kind of have to. You have to like accept some of those things because that
Yeah,
stuff happens a
I
the
lot.
I
cheese?
I get that, but like if it was, I don't know, if it was anyone else, maybe. And also, it's like you can't. Here's the thing: is I'm also a realism person. You can't decapitate someone with a machete. Like if it was, all right, honestly, if it was
Well,
like if it
you could
was
have used Jason, but yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
If it was
Which we see
Jason,
him do.
if it was Jason, or even if it was like for some reason Michael Myers, like any of these people who have like supernatural abilities, I would be okay with that. But like a scrawny teenage girl who's just like gets her ass whooped the entire 5 minutes of this chase scene,
It's the
just
adrenaline. Just wet.
and then um and then she escapes to the lake, which and then like this weird music plays. Um,
You're talking about the end credits music? Yeah, that
yeah,
was weird.
it was like it was definitely like 80s, 70s, 80s like soap opera kind of music.
Like Dukes of Hazzards, right?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
No, I'm
Okay,
not. I'm
I was
joking,
really
TJ.
tired, and while like reacting to that episode, and like the first like 70s 80s show that popped into my head while watch reacting to that scene was Dukes of Hazzard, and I referred to it as a soap opera. And yeah, not one of my proudest moments.
That was a funny moment.
Um,
But but yeah, I mean, yeah, the chase stuff is it does kind of go on a little long.
yeah,
I don't mind the beheading. I thought it looked good for the time period.
okay,
Uh, I thought it was fine. I thought I really like Pamela in this movie. I think she's creepy.
yeah,
I think Betsy Palmer does a really good job. It's funny, originally for this movie, she thought this movie was going to be terrible and that it was going to have no success,
mm,
and she wanted no part of it afterwards. And then years later, she came around to it and came to like conventions and stuff, and changed her mind on it, which was cool. She's obviously has passed away since then, but
okay,
yeah, but yeah, she's definitely iconic within this
yeah,
movie. It's just unfortunate the final girl she's up against is less than.
yeah,
Does
no.
anybody remember Alice for this? Like, unless
I
I mean, if you're a fan of, the movie, obviously, but
I only remember Alice just because of how pitiful she was. And also, I'm hung up on the whole decapitation scene. I'm sorry. I'm not, I think that's where the film like lost me. Like, I'm just
Well,
like,
good thing it was towards the end.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
CJ, are you gonna defend Alice, or are you
Uh,
similar?
I'm in the same boat as you guys. I don't think it stood out quite as much to me, but obviously thinking back on it and kind of like I have it on right now and I'm sort of watching through just to kind of get a feel for it. Um, I agree with you guys. I think it is sort of underwhelming and it is kind of drawn out to the point where it's like, okay, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
didn't have any issues with the ending kill.
Yeah.
Thought it was kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, well, you've seen enough slasher films, and obviously I'm a slasher guy, so like the decapitation stuff just doesn't bother us because I've seen it so many times done by
Yeah.
so many different
Yeah.
non-horror, like non killers. Like I've seen it done by other women in other movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's been
Um,
sillier ones. I'll say
yeah,
that.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I what I thought was stupid about that scene was not the decapitation part, but the part where I knocks out Pamela or whatever she does to Pamela that like gets her to be down for a little bit.
Did she whack her with an oar or something?
No, that was I'm talking about before she rises, Pamela's behind her again. Why the heck is Alice sitting in a canoe, just sitting there, doing absolutely
Oh, you mean
nothing?
you mean after she kills her?
What? No, no, I mean like before. I'm talking about like when she gets like away
Yeah.
from Pamela. I
He's in
think
the
she,
shed and the doorknob
Oh,
turns.
yeah,
yeah.
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 And
That
then eventually she gets to the lake, but she's at the lake by herself, and then she sits
Yeah.
on the canoe and kind of just sits there. And
Really?
I'm like,
Okay.
why?
Maybe she's catching her breath. I don't quite remember that scene.
But to turn your back?
Yeah,
She's looking
no.
towards the lake.
Well, I
Like,
think I think she's also trying to plan her route of escape, but I see where you're coming from.
like it's just like, where is the, like, you gotta get a move on.
Yeah.
yeah.
I
She
mean,
just smacked her with a cast iron frying pan.
Yeah.
I don't know if Pamela's getting up from that, but
Yeah.
she definitely gets up.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess in theory you're thinking she shouldn't get up, but like, there's that chance. I mean, it's not a
Yeah.
guarantee you killed her from
Hmm.
that shot. So,
Also, she's a dumb teenager, Jamie.
true. But I still think you have to have a little bit more sense than just
Uh,
sitting there.
yeah.
But
I don't know. So we
are
get
we,
to
all right,
what?
good.
We get
I
to
was
the
just, I was just gonna say, are we doing positives or negatives or?
we'll get to that, but let's like finish the rest of the movie. So she's sitting on the lake like asleep, hanging off the side of the canoe. Don't know how you could do that or sleep like that, but okay. Um, and then you have the weird Dukes of Hazzard music playing. as we're gonna call it. And then the cops show up, and then Alice wakes up and has a smile on her face, and then a creepy like kind of Jaws like theme plays, and a zombified Jason pops out of the water and pulls her down. Um, what do you think of that scene?
It's great. It reminded
Uh,
me a
Yeah.
lot of Freddy versus Jason. Honestly, that part reminded me exactly of. Was that the end of the movie, Jamie?
No,
well,
it
no,
wasn't.
no spoilers for now. He hasn't seen Freddy vs. Jason.
Oh, okay, okay. But yeah.
Um,
You know what I'm talking about, though.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, well, I guess Noah asked me this. I think recently he asked me if was this a dream or do you think this actually happened?
Yeah,
I don't.
because
It makes no sense
yeah,
to actually happen.
well,
Yeah,
cause honestly, I think it would have been perfect if the movie ended here, like after she went into the water, but then right after she wakes up in the hospital,
yeah.
and
I think it's a nightmare.
then she says, like she asked about everyone, because at first she thinks it's like a nightmare, and then she's like, no, everyone was killed, and then she was like, what about the boy? What boy? And then she's like muttering at the end of the movie, and then it goes plays the weird soap opera music again and focuses on the lake, and that's how the movie ends, which I thought was stupid. I personally think it should have ended with um with her being
Or
pulled in the water. I don't know, maybe they thought they couldn't do sequels if they ended it like that. I don't even know if they were planning to do sequels at first.
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with it. I mean, I do know the Jason coming out of the water thing is like, if I remember correctly, it was a big reaction in
Yeah.
theaters during
oh
that
yeah,
time period, which makes sense. I
Yeah.
mean, that's like a huge moment, that I don't think anybody was expecting.
No.
Uh, I mean, I'm okay with the hospital stuff. I mean, I guess I don't know if they had plans for Alice going forward. I mean, obviously we know they did, but
Yeah.
in that moment, sorry. But yeah, I'm cool with it. I mean, the Jason stuff, I like as a dream, I thought was really well done and uh super creepy looking.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm sure that made people feel a type of way. What do you guys think about if the movie ended after the decapitation, and she kind of like moseys out to the boat, and then it goes out into the dark water? You
Honestly,
think that,
I would have been okay with that.
and the credits roll? Do we need that
No,
ending?
no, Jason.
No, I would
Yeah, I guess we'll say no, Jason. Just
yeah,
just
So
just
I think that
I would just say no, Jason, because then you'll be even more surprised in the next film. But then
I mean,
again,
I think I think the Jason moment definitely needed to happen because I
yeah.
think it was a really good freak out.
Actually,
yeah.
you know what? You're right. I agree
Yeah,
with you,
you
Jamie.
know what? I literally just watched it live right here in person, and yeah, movie needed that moment, so I'll shut up.
Yeah, no, it was definitely it was like a good it was definitely like a good shock at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
I personally think okay, going back to what I said earlier, I think it should have ended like that. Is that like is that something you agree with? Is that something you disagree
Without the
with?
hospital.
Yeah, without the hospital. I think like you could still have like I say use Alice because maybe she survived. Or maybe, I don't know, if you want to include her in the next film, maybe have the hospital scene be the first of the next film.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I mean, you could have done, yeah, you could have had her, but the problem is like in the second film, I mean, Noah's seen the second film.
Yeah.
Um, it's like almost, I don't know if it's a year later or like there's definitely a time jump.
It's about a year or two.
Yeah, there's a time jump, so I don't know how that would have worked. I'm fine with keeping the hospital part. I think you kind of need it so that we know it's a
Okay.
dream,
Well,
or
And it
like
J-
at
puts a
least
bow
there's
on
a
it.
debate.
Jamie, I mean, not to say what you like. They could have done something similar to like this movie, where they like started at like the end of this movie, time jumped
Fast forward, yeah.
to like Alice like living in an apartment by herself, and then fast
Yeah,
forwarding again because I mean that's how they started this film. I don't see why they couldn't do that again.
yeah. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter to me. But yeah, I mean, I guess you could have done it that way. Yeah.
All right. Um, I would say before like I guess we rate this film. Is there anything else like that you super liked or disliked about this movie that we haven't mentioned?
Well, there is a
Mm.
big discussion point. I think being well, yeah. I'll just put it this way. Uh, so I'm pretty notorious for this
Yeah.
movie. I understand its importance. I think it was
Yeah.
so essential for slasher films. Like it wasn't the original slasher. It
Yeah.
didn't, I wouldn't necessarily say it's what brought it to, made it popular. Obviously, that was Halloween.
Yeah.
Some people could even say Psycho in the 60s. While that is a slasher film, I don't really. I don't think it definitely didn't make it popular during that time periods.
Yeah.
And then you also had Black Christmas in the early 70s and Texas
Oh, I
Chainsaw
forgot about that one.
Massacre. But like I don't think that they really,
Yeah.
to me, Texas Chainsaw Massacre is a slasher film, but that first movie is almost like so different than um most slasher films. But
Way
and
out there.
then Black Christmas, I love Black Christmas. I think it's one of the best horror films ever made. But it didn't have a following that Halloween would have. But I do think what Friday the 13th did do, it made kills cool. Like it basically started for the good and bad. Eventually, in the later 80s, it became bad, but it made movies be like, hey, let's make kills the selling point.
Yeah.
The star of the
Yeah.
show.
Yeah,
I
the star of the
definitely
show.
I definitely think that was like the best part of the film.
Yeah.
Best part of the
And,
film. Yeah.
and that's how it was for the Friday movies and other movies to come
Yeah.
after that. Like it blew the door open for that.
Yeah.
And I'll say for it is a classic for that reason. But
Yeah.
my thing with this movie, I never ever want to hear this movie in the same conversation as some of the other original like horror icon debuts. Like this movie should never be talked about with Halloween.
Oh, 100%.
Halloween's a
100% agree.
far better movie.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Like while
Yeah.
Friday the 13th was important, I don't think it's necessarily a great movie.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I agree with you, Jamie.
uh,
This movie definitely walked so a lot of other movies could run. But no, I
yeah,
don't. I've seen Halloween.
that's a good way of putting it.
Halloween, I feel like not only built a foundation for like slasher movies, I think I don't know, it was one of like the first slasher movies that actually like had good kills, but actually also had a good story and good dialogue.
Great atmosphere,
Yeah.
great
Yeah.
score. I
Agreed.
will say the score in Friday the 13th is solid. I don't want to
Yeah.
like gloss over that score, but and then not even just Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street, far better original movie than Friday the 13th. Like to me,
Yeah.
they're not even on
Yeah.
the same.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
despite people's issues with the ending of Friday or Nightmare on Elm Street,
Oh
most of
yeah.
that movie is great.
It's great. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Great
like
until the mattress.
the match.
What?
What do you mean the
That part's
matches?
awesome.
No, the mat. The stunt mat.
I'm
Stuntman?
lost. I'm
Yeah, the
lost.
stunt mat, like when he falls down the stairs and you obviously see that mat in the screen.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah,
Oh,
yeah. No, what I mean by the ending, well, I don't
Yeah.
think you like the ending that much
No, I
either.
hated the ending.
Yeah, But anyways,
I talked about that with Nick in another episode.
but even like Child's Play 1 to me is better than Friday 13th.
I'll
Like
take your word for it.
really
I have to watch that one again because
any of the original
that one's
ones.
closer.
Original Scream is way better
Yeah,
than
yeah,
Friday
100%
13th.
agree with that. Yeah.
Um, and like, and the thing is, like, we don't have to go through my rankings, but like, what I
yeah.
would say, this movie is fourth, is my fourth worst, however the hell you want to phrase that, in my all-time rankings in the Friday 13th franchise,
No,
Wow.
that's I mean, that's understandable. I mean, I've only seen like
which is
as Jamie
weird.
knows, I've only seen two like the first film and the second film. And
Yeah,
um though I don't know, I feel like the second film shits on the first film a lot. But that's besides the point. I thought the second film was a lot better than the first film, a lot better kills. Also, maybe it's because Jason was actually the main protagonist.
better
Also,
final girl.
better final girl.
Jenny's a way better final girl.
I think better characters.
Which one you talking
Yeah,
about? The second one?
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna
Characters
watch
like
it after
I
this.
wouldn't say they're amazing, but
yeah.
I do find them a bit more
Memorable,
entertaining. Yeah. But
especially
Jenny is the
yeah,
final girl, and then her I can't think of the guy's name, but the guy
yeah.
that's with her boyfriend, they're very good.
Who looks like he could
Um,
be Steve's brother.
Yeah,
eh,
the stashing glasses.
possibly. No, he doesn't. That guy had no facial hair. But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like the original movie even is
yeah,
not even considered the best in its own franchise, which is
yeah.
very, it doesn't
Weird.
happen often.
Well, and
Yeah.
It
also, yeah.
like that's very rare. Like
Well,
not even
yeah.
like in the top, well, not in my top five. Some people I'm sure that is the case, but
Well, yeah, I don't even know because most people like Friday the 13th because of Jason. And I don't know if it's just I feel like I don't really hear people talk about when they talk about Friday the 13th, they're not talking about the first film.
Is this fall
no.
into the to the category of a Halloween 3 for you guys?
No. Well, he hasn't
No.
seen Halloween 3, but
I get I
it's
yeah.
without the one without Michael Myers.
Yeah, yeah, I
Um,
Okay.
got that gist.
but no, because the original Friday the 13th is still, I mean, well, one, I think it's a better movie than
Yeah,
Halloween 3. And two, it's still in the same
yeah,
universe, it's still the
yeah,
same area. And Halloween 3 is not the same universe. Because Halloween 3, they show Michael on TV. Like it's like they show Halloween the movie within
uh,
that movie.
Do they
Like so they're
really?
not even, yeah, there's not even the same, it's a totally different
yeah, that's weird.
thing. So like yeah, so no, I don't, yeah, I wouldn't connect those two things. Because
Okay.
I still think this movie is very much a part of the franchise. I'm not like,
Yeah,
this movie's essential to the franchise in my opinion, but I think people tend to overrate it because it's the original, and I'm not saying everybody's like this. Some
yeah,
people I that I've listened to think this movie is genuinely great
yeah,
and is so important, which I do think it is important. I just think we just tend to overrate it just because it is the original, which
Yeah.
is,
well, Jamie,
you know,
I'll disagree with you on that point because I at least so I did look up reviews before recording, and it seems like at least I mainly I'm mainly going off of Letterbox. A lot of people think this movie is mid, at least on um
well, so Letterboxd is not, when I say,
okay.
when I'm talking
Are you
about,
talking
I'm
about
talking
you're
about
talking about the
horror
horror
community.
Like
community?
Yeah.
Yeah,
critically acclaimed. Yeah.
yeah,
Ye-
Gotcha. Real
Yeah, I'm
critics.
not Letterbox is going to be like people that probably watch a bunch of different movies,
that's
and
true.
obviously a movie like Friday 13th they're going to shit on a bit more. Uh which is always interesting to me because I feel like even the people that are hardcore critics, you take their favorite movies and you can poke holes in all their movies too. Um,
With a little bit of bias in
eh,
it, just a little bit.
yeah,
The fun
but
of it.
also it's just like, just because a slasher film is not like an all-time great, like greatly made film, like they're not, the plot isn't super, great or anything like
Yeah.
that. Slasher films have their that's the word I'm looking for. They have their importance and what they do. And during that time period, like this movie, I'm sure scared a lot of people. Like I'm sure this
Yeah.
movie was super scary when it first came out.
Oh, 100%.
Um, and it was important for that era, and the time period that it came out and everything. Like it, and I don't want to totally shit on this movie by any means. Uh, like I said, there's a lot of importance for it. I do have one question for you guys that I just thought of, or I thought of before. Do you think so? Another one of my problems with this movie is the Guess Who thing. And the biggest reason it's a problem is because you have no chance of guessing who the person is.
Yeah.
Zero.
That's fair.
So, all right.
It's like
Yeah.
it's literally impossible. Do y'all have
So,
an issue with this, or do you think it's not
so,
really that big of a deal?
all right. So, I was gonna bring this up, kind of relating to it. So, yeah, as I said, I was like looking at reviews, of this movie beforehand, especially on Letterboxd. And Jimmy, you saying that, I feel like really goes well with this one comment that I saw. Someone described this movie as a very violent Scooby-Doo episode. And
That's funny.
after, like, I also thought that was like hilarious. But then I like sat down and thought about it, and I was like, you know what? This is exactly what this movie is. Because it's like, I mean, if you watch like the classic Scooby-Doo's like from the 60s and the 70s, you're guessing the entire time like who the main, like who the villain, the person behind the mask is. Um Usually it's either really obvious or you have no clue. In this case, you have no clue. You have hints. Oh, could it be Steve? Could it be creepy Ralph? No,
Yeah, they
it's
like imply it here and there.
it's fucking Mrs. Voorhees, who you never meet the during the entire film. Um, I
It's
also,
nothing like Scream. Like each
yeah,
Scream film, you have a shot. You
yeah,
Yeah.
have a shot to guess
It's a
who it
game.
is.
It becomes a
Yeah.
game inside the movie, right? And then
I
you got the viewers kind of playing into that game as well, which I
I
thought was a
wish
awesome aspect of that movie.
I wish we got a semi introduction to Mrs. Voorhees, whether or not it was like a maybe a small, like a small bit, like maybe she was in the bar when Annie first went, like maybe she was tending bar. Maybe she's the one who tells, like, warns Annie not to go there at first. Um,
Possibly. I mean, honestly, the only thing that would make me nervous is would that ruin the final reveal? But it's hard to say because unless you do it, you don't
I
really.
don't think it would, because you would see, oh, Mrs. Voorhees is here. She's going to like help me. She's a local from town. Now, if you're someone like us who like knew, like we're at the point where we know about Jason, we
Yeah.
know his name, and you go into the movie knowing about Jason, and then um you find out
Well,
that it's Mrs.
I think
Voorhees.
back then what you're saying makes sense,
Yeah,
but I will say for people that like come to the movie
yeah.
nowadays, if they would hear that Voorhees name in the beginning, they would
I
probably
think
put it together.
I
Yeah,
think you're
that's
right.
fair.
I think you know what? They should introduce her like as just Pam. Just like, "Hi, I'm Pam." And then then when she comes like later and say Alice doesn't know her, say I'm Pamela Voorhees. And then that's a like a greater reveal
Yeah.
cuz like
See,
nice old Pam nice old innocent Pam, because I was like, no, I'm not Pam. I'm fucking Mrs. Voorhees. Like,
It would have been a decent way to do it. I'll say this though, I actually, especially the first time I ever watched it, I remember that was like a special moment for me in the
yeah,
movie. I was like, no fucking way. So I don't think I would change it. I kind of like the way they
okay,
did things. But yeah, you really do not have a shot at guessing who it is. And that's sort of the fun of this film, I think.
yeah,
I can see that. I just don't think the guess who aspect works
no.
because to me,
Well,
I if I was them, I wouldn't have tried to make us think it was some other people
well,
because like
You
at
you
that,
said you wouldn't have?
yeah, because like that is like it was insinuating that we should be able to guess
yeah.
one way or the other.
I'm
Okay.
Like,
well going back to this. I guess not that I really want to defend this movie. Um, it worked for Scooby-Doo. Like, and I don't maybe I don't know. I don't honestly don't know a lot of people who like rave about this movie. I know people who rave about the franchise.
Noah is loving Scooby-Doo today.
Oh, I got a
You got
whole
Scooby on the brain.
I got a whole shelf up there of VHS tapes. Like,
well, even Scooby-Doo though, you have a shot
no,
of guessing.
not every episode.
I mean, I guess maybe not every episode, but at least the majority of them, they give you some like little things.
Sometimes
Well, take the
There's
movie for
nothing,
instance.
there's nothing in this movie.
that's true.
In the movie,
Like,
you really couldn't guess
Well, I mean, yeah. I'm
because Scrappy
there's
Scrappy
definitely
wasn't anywhere till the end,
that's
right?
true.
You didn't
Yeah,
hear
no.
anything
oh
about
yeah,
him.
Yeah,
that's
and
true.
that in the live action film, yeah, there's I had no idea.
Oh, I guess Alien Invaders is well. See, I think even Alien Invaders, there was some. If you would really watch the movie, there's some things that would maybe indicate that the girl and the dog were not
Okay.
human.
I Monster
Hmm.
I don't know if you know this one. It's one of my favorites. Monster Mexico. Um that like ended up being ran by like a amusement park tycoon who you don't even see or think about until he appear. I mean, you see like his face on billboards, but like watching the movie, you have like small hints.
You're never introduced to the character though.
No, 100% not. You would have
Cyber
no
Chase,
idea.
you could have guessed.
Yeah.
Who's ended up being like what the internet guy or whatever.
Yeah,
Man, I forgot
yeah,
about Cyber Chase.
yeah, I guess. I don't know. I still thought that one was kind of like a stretch because the only thing that tie it to the other guy was because he made a baseball game.
Yeah.
Wasn't really hostile to the end. I don't know. But no, I get what you're saying, JB. Yeah, like there was no shot. I hate well the thing is, I think there's only a few Scooby-Doo movies and like episodes that do like what they did in Friday the 13th. And I'm not gonna lie, those are the episodes I like the least because it's like you don't have any introduction to the character. You're shown shady characters, but it's not them. And then there's
Yeah.
the reveal. Um, I don't. I guess part of me. Okay, I guess part of me was disappointed when I first saw Mrs. Voorhees because when everyone talks about the series, they're talking about Jason,
Yeah.
and I saw Mrs. Voorhees, and I'm like, where is Jason? And I would say I was a little disappointed. Again, I was.
But
Eh,
you still haven't been able to watch a Friday movie with the hockey mask yet.
no, no.
Because he doesn't have
Um,
it until the um, third one.
yeah. I will say the second one was definitely redeeming. I definitely redeemed the
Yeah.
franchise for me, and I
Bag
definitely the
Baghead
bag.
Jason.
Yeah, the baghead. He should have put on the other that weird, creepy mask, in my opinion. But that's besides the point. Um, Yeah.
But
So
yeah,
the
the
yeah,
hockey mask became synonymous with
yeah,
this
Oh yeah,
franchise, and that's what
yeah,
everybody remembers.
iconic.
yeah.
Super iconic. Uh,
A sport that was banned in 2025. Actually, I think it was 2024, but
Jason X.
yeah, I still want to see that movie, but we got a long way to go before that happens.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
we do.
sure.
All
Hmm.
right, so we ready to rate this movie?
Yeah, we can. I don't
Okay,
I
have
guess.
anything else unless CJ does.
I mean, I never really got to say what I liked and how I
okay,
felt
okay, yeah,
about it.
yeah. Go ahead. I'm
Um,
sorry.
Things that I liked about it, I liked the set.
Yeah,
Um, I like a lot of the shots. Maybe it was because of, as Jamie said earlier, the copycat format that they took from Halloween. You
yeah,
definitely see a lot of that in here, especially for kills and like in the beginning, early on. Um, Speaking of the kills were great. The score, the signature has become so iconic.
Well, it's actually Mama.
Well, really?
yeah,
Yeah.
Just blew just blew my mind.
I've played the game. Well, I used to play the game all the time, and that was like one of the facts they would always say. It's Mama. That's what it actually is.
Oh,
It
well,
sounds. Well, I've thought the same thing you did for a long time.
my whole life, that's what
Yeah,
I've thought.
but it's actually Mama, which makes a lot more sense, obviously. But it's just
Yeah,
it definitely doesn't always sound like that. I will
yeah,
say.
yeah.
yeah. But yeah, the makeup, the practical effects were great. Um, I'm trying to think of what else. Obviously, I love the intro to Voorhees, Mrs. Voorhees at the end. I thought that's one of my favorite moments in horror films. But what I will say about this, and much to probably Jamie's surprise, is I came out of this rewatch liking the movie less, but respecting it more.
Hmm.
And it's kind of weird when you put it that way, but like for all the reasons Jamie likes and appreciates it, that's why I respect it more. But also those reasons I also kind of like it a little less. So
It's
it's
not the most like I don't think it's the most fun rewatch
No,
ever.
no.
Like
no.
compared to some of the other ones, like I'd much rather go see like I love Part Six. That's my favorite Friday
Okay.
13th. That movie is fun from start to finish. And it's the very cheesy Friday 13th, but it like knows what it is
Yeah,
and it
Yeah.
rolls with the punches.
Yeah.
Um, but like most of the movies after this are to me more fun.
yeah.
I would rather watch two. Three is
Yes.
a lot of fun. Four has some of the best kills of the whole franchise. A lot of people say four is the best. It's not my personal favorite, but it's up there for me.
That's with Corey
Um,
Feldman.
yeah.
Okay.
Six is so much fun. I love six. Seven is also really fun. And then I have a lot of love for Jason X because I grew up with it. It
Yeah.
is not the best movie, but there's some good kills, and it's a cool movie. And then the remake I think is criminally underrated. The remake is one of the best horror remakes in my opinion.
Does it have like a? Is it just with Jason?
It's with
Jason?
Jason.
Okay.
They do like I mean, it's not really a spoiler for you, but they
Yeah.
do a little bit of like a like a Pamela thing in the
Okay.
beginning, just to like, give a little bit of an
Start the
origin.
memory. Yeah.
Okay.
But then Jason is for the most of the movie, which is what if you're gonna remake Friday 13th, you don't need to do Pamela again. It was done
Yes.
once. There's just really no reason.
Yeah.
I mean, there was rumors that there was a show that there was supposed to happen, which I don't think is not happening anymore. They were supposed to do they were supposed to
Would
go
have been a good
back
show.
and well, they were supposed to go back and um it was supposed to follow Pamela Voorhees, the father, and Jason when he was younger. But
They should have did that. They should have did that.
I
No?
just don't I mean, I
I don't
will
think people
say
care about that aspect
Lynn
of it.
mm, I just don't know what you would have what would it have been though? Like
So,
just
J-
her killing people? Like
so, so Jamie, I'm looking at. I don't know if this is fake or not. Um, I see a Friday the 13th trailer 2025.
No, it's not
Um,
real.
oh, it's not
Yeah.
real with
They did announce a movie
with
though.
with Anya Taylor-Joy and Bill
No,
Skarsgård.
yeah,
That's
that's
fake.
definitely not real.
Okay.
Yeah, they did announce a movie that I know. There's not much
So the
else
so
besides
the
that.
show's not happening anymore.
From what
I
I
heard
understand, it is not happening.
they
Because
just
Linda Carlini was supposed to play Pamela, which is a great casting. She plays
get
uh
too much backlash.
Velma from Scooby-Doo.
Oh wow.
I don't know. I don't think it had backlash. I think it just fell through. I will
Sometimes
say
that
there was
happens.
rumors that A24 was going
Yeah,
to do it.
I heard
Now if
that.
Oh,
A24 was doing it,
Yeah.
then I'm on board because I know it's going to be
I
done
heard
well.
those rumors
yeah.
too.
Um,
They would have
but
killed that in
I,
a good way.
I yeah, but like yeah, it was supposed to be with Peacock, but um, I think it got canceled. And maybe it's still a thing.
I don't know. We'll
Maybe it
find
is.
out when it gets
Maybe
released.
maybe it is still a thing. I know there's supposed to be a movie too, but maybe
Okay.
this is still a thing because they did say in June 13th of 2025, cast revealed for Peacock's new horror series.
Okay. So as
And
far as we know.
apparently it's A24 and Peacock. So maybe I'm wrong. I know there is supposed to be a movie though too,
Okay.
but a
I'd be excited for it.
separate. The movie's supposed to be
Yeah.
Jason.
Yeah.
Um, so
Would Are you nervous for them doing another one, or you just like it, no matter what?
all I can say, make it simple.
Yeah.
Friday
Gotcha.
13th
Make
is
it
not.
simple, stupid.
Yeah, like it's we don't need to be making it smarter than it is. Go to
Yeah.
Camp Crystal Lake, have Jason kill some
Yeah.
people. That's Friday 13th. That's
Honestly,
all you
Yeah.
need.
this is what like my pitch for Friday the 13th movie. You start like at the campfire, like someone's telling like the scary Jason story, and then you just pan to Jason in the woods and then just have him kill people. That's all you need. That's simple layout. You make the film.
Sounds like Jason Goes to Hell a little bit.
Well, it is similar to Friday 13th Part 2.
Okay.
They do
Oh,
actually,
It's similar, but it's
yeah.
different.
But yeah, no, I get what you mean. It's just we don't need to like recreate the wheel with Friday
Yeah.
13th franchise.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's just simple, man. It's
Yeah.
really, you can get creative with it, but like, just don't try to outsmart
Yeah. Yeah.
people. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
Movie definitely had all the good and bad stereotypes for
Yeah.
a classic slasher film, and
Yeah.
honestly, I was here for it. So
Yeah.
yep. Can't. If you're a horror fan, you can't live without it. But it definitely has issues. But you know, I you can look past them. But it definitely was important for the time period.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, if I'm going to count my change, this is a point of the show where we rate a movie from a scale of 0 cents to $1, essentially a scale of 1 to 10. Um, I guess I'll start off the right of the bat. I'm
Can I ask a question before we
Yeah, go
rate?
ahead. Go ahead.
Like just like as far as the rating stuff
Yeah, go
goes,
ahead.
are we are we just this might be a stupid
Yeah,
question, but are
go
we
ahead.
just rating it based off of how good of a movie it is, or how much we like it, or like you know what I mean? Because
everything
like
combined. Yeah.
I'm gonna
how important this movie
yeah.
is versus how good this movie is a total different thing to me. But
Yeah.
Okay. So,
what do you normally do? Is what
well,
my question.
I usually do like like how much I like the movie. But I'm gonna do two scales. So, based on like how important this movie is, at least I will recognize that this movie is definitely a pillar to the horror franchise. Now, I'm not saying it's anything spectacular, but definitely it gets the ball rolling. So I would say, um, because I don't want to rate it too high. I would say it's around like the 60-70 cent mark. So like a 6 or 7 out of 10. I would no, even no. You know what? I changed my mind. I
He's
will say
complicating it.
I am complicated.
You're
No,
stressing yourself out
I
here.
am just all right. You know what? I'm gonna say for how important the movie is, and I'm just go 50 cents, right dab in the middle, because I don't think this is it the worst movie ever? No. Is there quite a few things have issues with the film? Yes, but I will say this movie definitely walked so a lot other horror movies could run. There's definitely a lot of other films, not necessarily horror, but other films that are not horror that I like a lot less than this movie. Am I going to watch it again? Probably not. Um, but what I can say I like about this movie is that because of this movie, we got the entire Friday the 13th franchise, especially two, which is my favorite. Also, the only one I've seen besides the first one. Um, but yeah, I'm right dab in the middle with this movie. Um, personally, I kind of want to rate it a little bit lower. Um, just because if we're talking purely movie standards, like no, we're not talking about horror, we're not talking how important it is to um this franchise. I'd say maybe a 3 or 2, if I'm gonna be honest. Um, I
Just took a shit on this movie big time.
no, it's
Two
that's
is rough.
well, so that's also coming from someone who's not a horror fan. Like I, I'm not like Jamie and CJ. I don't live for horror films. Um,
I don't know if CJ
especially
would say he lives for horror, but
or especially
I do
Jamie.
enjoy him. Jamie lives
CJ
for it, but
enjoy
I
yeah,
enjoy him.
CJ CJ enjoys them. Jamie literally lives for this shit. Like that's his whole brand is horror films. Um, literally almost every time I've ever been to Jamie's apartment, we've watched a horror film except one time where we watched Forgetting Sarah Marshall. That was it.
Nice.
Um, but yeah, that's I will say I definitely if I ever rewatch this movie again, maybe I just need to settle on the part that it's a violent Scooby-Doo
You could.
and just maybe that would make honestly, we need a Scooby-Doo horror film. I feel like that would definitely excite me.
Oh
Um,
no. We can't do that.
I mean, I don't think anyone I don't think the gang should die, but there should be
That's
other
like
likable
that's
characters.
that's like
But I don't
those
know.
terrible Winnie the Pooh horrors they did.
Uh, I I s- I
Freaking
s-
awful.
I stay away from that. I love Winnie the Pooh way too much. But that's beside the point. Who would like to go next?
probably me because I think CJ likes this movie the most. I definitely, like I've said before, and I think I've said it a couple times, I understand the importance of this movie.
Yeah,
Like Noah said, uh, this movie, if Halloween kind of creaked the door open for slasher
yeah,
films, and what was like to come, Friday 13th fucking kicked that shit. I don't know why I did a fist when I was gonna say kick that door down. And just like it was like, hey, kills are cool, and that's what you should base your movies around. Like, how can we get the coolest kills? How can we have a cool ass like villain? Like, how can we you know how can we do this practical effects the best way we can? Um, and just make these cheaper movies while still making money. Like it just opened the door for so many things. It's a classic because of what it just meant to the subgenre, what it meant to the subgenre and the genre of horror in general.
Yeah.
Uh, I do have issues with the movie. I have it 8 out of 12 Friday the 13th films. I I'll never understand when someone says this is the best Friday the 13th film. I just don't get it because I just don't. I just think there's way better films in this franchise, like, and way more enjoyable and more fun. I don't think this movie is the most fun to go back to.
Yeah.
I'll rewatch it here and then because I'm a horror fan and like I understand, like, I
The
mean, like,
nostalgia of it.
yeah, the nostalgia of it, but like, you know, I I just like I said, if like say a friend that has also seen all the other Friday films was like, what Friday movie should we watch? I'm gonna say Part Six, like every time, because I
Yeah.
think Part Six is the most fun. Or I'm gonna say the remake, or I'm gonna say Part Four or Part Three, or Jason X, or obviously Freddy versus Jason. But
So you just gave us your top six. So you're saying
I got a ranking right here. I'm just saying I got
on deck.
I can quickly just tell you right now. I mean, this changes repeatedly.
Yeah.
12 is my least favorite, obviously. Jason Goes to Hell. 11 is A New Beginning, which is part 5. 10 is Jason Takes Manhattan, which is part 8. 9 is the original. 8 is Jason X. 7 is part 2. 6 is part 3. 5 is the final chapter, which is part 4, which is obviously not the final chapter. 4 is part 7, New Blood. 3 is the remake. 2 is Freddy versus Jason. And number 1 is part 6.
Okay.
Uh, but yeah, as far as my grade goes, it's tough. It's tough grading a 1980s movie. I
Yeah.
like a movie that came out so long ago and I've seen a billion times, so my grading is kind of weird, but and we're doing it in sense, obviously. Uh, I would probably go, you know, what'd you say? Like, so it's one, 0 to $1 is what you
Yeah.
said?
Yeah.
I'd probably go like 60 cents,
Okay.
65 cents in that ballpark. I think it's solid, has a lot of issues. It's a
Okay.
classic for what it meant, but like I don't necessarily think it's a great movie by any means.
Okay.
So yeah, I think
A lot
60,
more
65
a lot
cents.
more generous than than I am. All
CJ.
right.
Yeah, so for me, I probably have a lot less, honestly, to say about it, but my grade, I'm leaning right around where Jamie landed. I was thinking 69. I'm gonna probably say 66.
Okay.
Um,
69. Is that what
yeah,
you're
that's
thinking?
yeah, that was my my original one. But I landed at a 66 for all the reasons you just described. Obviously this movie's a classic. The nostalgia is great. The kills are great, the set's great, the score is great. The acting though is subpar. Uh, and there's just a
I
lot
will
of
say,
things
not
about
to cut
this.
you off, the set is really good. I
Mhm.
wanted to agree with you on that.
Yeah, I like that a lot. I thought they really did a good job setting the scene, and the just setting in general was awesome. Um, Shit, where was I at? Oh, the acting I thought was subpar, and Noah mentioned this earlier when he was reading his ratings or his reviews on Letterboxd that a lot of people kind of were saying it was mid, and from just like a pure critic, like movie watching standpoint, that's a great way to put it. It is kind of a mid film from that perspective, but once you tie in everything else, the nostalgia, how classic it is, everything that came after it, the birth of a franchise, and I just think that you have to factor a little bit of that into your grade here, and also for me. I really, really liked this movie the first time I watched it. Now I feel a little bit differently about it, but obviously I respect the hell out of it. And 66 I feel like is a good place to put this.
Alrighty.
All right. Well, you heard it. You heard it here, folks. Is Friday the 13th the greatest horror film? No, it is not. But it is it's definitely one to be remembered. And I will always now remember this film as a violent episode of Scooby-Doo. Um,
That's the name of this episode right
yeah,
now.
no,
That's the name of the episode.
it's definitely Friday the 13th violent episode of Scooby-Doo. That's it. That's title thumbnail right there.
Love it.
Right there. Well, thank you for listening to Two Sides of the Same Coin. I am your loony host. Please be sure to follow us on Instagram. If you are listening on Spotify, please follow and give us a 5-star rating. That really helps the podcast. And if you are listening on YouTube, please be sure to give a like, comment in the comments below, and subscribe. I have been joined by two good friends of mine, Jamie Gore and CJ. Where can the lovely people find you at?
So I'm on YouTube under my name, Jamie Gore. You also could probably find it at Jamie_Gore96. But yeah, I do a bunch of I do movie reviews. I basically review everything that comes out. I got a bunch of movie reviews coming up. Good Boy, Bone Lake, and the Smashing Machine. Yeah. Am I saying that right? Smash, whatever. The
Yeah,
new
yeah,
Rock
yeah,
MMA
yeah.
movie.
You got it right.
So I'm going to see those three at some point this weekend or this week. But yeah, I try to review everything that comes out. I have a bunch of other stuff that's coming up. I'm working on some Oscar stuff uh, with some friends. October is going to be filled with horror related things. So if you like horror, definitely come on and check me out. And yeah, and I'm also on Instagram, but I don't have anything on there yet. But I will be doing stuff on there at some point. Just haven't got around to it. But I will say my Instagram is Jamie Gore YT. But nothing on there yet, but there will be at some point. And I'm also gonna be on TikTok at some point, but not currently. So just stay tuned for that. And yeah, this was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I don't really have any crazy plugs because I don't really have a whole lot going on. I don't have my
Yeah.
own channels or anything, but obviously Jamie, Danny, and I had a channel called Turn Up the Track. So go back and watch those episodes, listen to
Yep.
them on Spotify, check us out on Instagram at
Yep.
Turn Up the Track Pod. A lot of fun doing that. But yeah, and also thanks for having me on and us on. I had a ball doing this. A
Yeah.
lot of fun. We got to do it again here soon because
Yeah.
I miss podcasting
Yeah.
and you know, look for me doing something in the future.
Yeah. We definitely gotta do this again soon. Yeah. Well, as once again, I have been your loony host, and be sure to always remember Jesus loves you, watching cartoons gives you class, and make sure to go outside and touch some grass. Bye.
Love it.
Yeah.
That was great.
Two sides of the same coin.
That podcast is weird.